Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy! Welcome back to more Pokémon Platinum. Last time, we stopped Cyrus's plans from ever coming to pass by capturing Giratina, wound up in the Send-Off Spring and captured ourselves a brand new team member. It's so good to finally see it complete. We got Dusclops here. This time, now that Professor Rowan has told us that the 3 Pokemon of the lake are back in their domains, we are gonna go and see them. We have some tough battles ahead of us here today, so I think it would be for the best if we did any sort of preparations that we can do on our team members for the time being. Specifically, on our newest team member. We already have the Reaper's Cloth necessary for evolving Dusclops into Dusknoir, so I think it might just be for the better if we went and took care of that right now. Also, I did not think this through that I was gonna have saving a lot of data from switching out my party. Be thankful that I cut out the saving times, because that is easily the most miserable part of Generation 4. It's just, if you do anything in the PC, it takes forever to just accomplish anything, really, if you just need to frequently save when playing, or if you just want to be cautious or something like that. So I kind of considered having this trade be with a multiplayer guest of sorts, but I thought it would be kind of lame if we didn't evolve our Pokemon that much after catching it. And on top of that, having the final multiplayer guests feature just be trading Pokemon. So instead, I am getting nostalgic for my high school days by trading Pokemon with myself. That seems to be a really common thing that I bring up in this Let's Play, actually. Some of you have been pointing that out, that I so commonly mentioned not having any friends that played Pokemon, like back in high school and whatnot. That is really how it was, especially in the Gen 3 days. Just, I remember completing my Pokedex in Fire Red and Leaf Green, how many late nights I stayed up trading them myself with my Ruby and Sapphire to get them all over to Fire Red and Leaf Green. Sounds really depressing, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, even more so than I already knew it was. So, I guess for my Dusclops, I can trade myself an Unknown J. Why? Just for fun! That's really all I got. Perhaps, though, it's all just as well that that wasn't that great. After all, this is not Unknown's time. Besides, when it was Unknown's time to get talked about, I didn't even enjoy talking about it then. This is my Dusclops' time to shine. It is its time to evolve, and it is its time to finally be used on the team. Just after 2 straight Let's Plays in which I could get Duskull, deciding not to use it at the very last second for one reason or another. It's finally happening. And I'm really glad that it is, because this is a great Pokemon. Only shortcoming is its speed. It's pretty much good at everything else. There it is. And besides, I thought this would be the game to do it in, especially because this is the last game where Dusknoir is really good. There is a certain item that gets introduced one game later, or I guess one generation later, yeah, that makes it, we'll just say outclassed. I think that's the nicest way that we can put it, because it is just downright mean what this item does to it. I'll meet you guys outside now that it's fully evolved. But that is not all the preparation that we are doing for today. I want to go over to the move reminder. Had to be reminded of what it was there for a second. I almost said move tutor. And I want to show him my honest-to-goodness heart scales and see just what we can get with it. Because Dusclops and Dusknoir specifically have amazing moves that you can teach here. I think I want to get Fire Punch, because it is kind of a shame that my only Fire-type move in the whole party is Fire Blast. And yeah, I could go for Flamethrower, sure, that is true. I'm gonna overwrite Curse, because unfortunately, due to it being a Ghost type, it doesn't get the tanky version of Curse. I wish it did. It would be downright unstoppable if it got that. Shadow Sneak is greatness. Having a priority move that is Stab would be awesome. It's not exactly high power, but definitely good to have with how slow of a Pokemon it is. Shadow Punch is 60 power and never misses versus 40 power and priority. That's a bit of a tough one. Oh boy. I can always reteach Shadow Punch if it doesn't work out. I think I will overwrite that. And lastly, I think Ice Punch would be pretty good. I'll overwrite Pursuit with that and hang on to Will-O-Wisp. Just having a move that has its only effect be burning the enemy can be really nice if you're fighting against physical attackers, and it can make it even tankier than it already is. Vanity was able to get Twister, and giving it a Dragon-type move sounds great at first, but I have Ice Beam for taking care of Dragon-types myself, and quite frankly, Twister sucks. It is such low power, and I have never had it be useful to me in any playthrough of any Pokemon game, so that's why I'm not teaching that. I want to give Mean Look back to Acrobat, at least for the time being. We might not be seeing the reason for this in this video, but trust me, if you have anything that can learn this, you might want to go for it. I think I'm gonna get rid of Confuse Ray because I can reteach that through a heart scale, no problem at all. So we'll do just that. And since we're already in Pastoria City to do all of these preparations, I say the first lake that we go visit should be Lake Valor. So guys, what do you think? The Lake Valor Restoration Committee did a real bang-up job in such a short amount of time, didn't they? You would never know that a wind-powered bomb went off here last month. No, you would not. Lake Valor, now that it's been restored, we can surf around and find TM25 Thunder. We've been able to buy this for some time now, but it is here if you want to get it nonetheless, completing the trio of elemental moves that you can find across the different lakes. That begs the question if there is anything over this way, because the other lakes don't really have this lip right here. It's a whole lot of nothing. I certainly feel sorry for the Pokemon that have those 2 patches of 4 tufts of grass as their natural habitat, because that would really suck and get very cramped. We go into this cave, and we have some familiar music. And a familiar face. We want to save before going any further, I will just say that much. Azelf, the being of willpower, has earned its title. 125 attack, 125 special attack, complemented oh so nicely with 115 speed. It is a mixed sweeper in its purest form. What more could you ask for? I guess moves, but Azelf's got you covered there too. It's got Nasty Plot in its starting moveset, which is awesome. Has Swift in its starting moveset, which is alright, I suppose. It gets Explosion through level up at level 76, which might be out of the question for the time being for a lot of people that would want to use this. But it also gets tons of great moves on both the physical and special fronts through TMs. But that brings me to probably the only disappointing thing about Azelf whatsoever. No Psychic unless taught by TM. It is really disappointing that it doesn't have it by level up, but to be fair, if it had to be bad at anything, that's not very big compared to everything else. There had to be at least something that was kind of unfortunate. A personal favorite strategy of mine is just having Azelf tear through an enemy team pretty recklessly, and then if it hangs on with a little bit of health at the end of a turn, just dispose of it. Just have it use Explosion with that 125 attack and do massive damage as it goes down. It's actually really fun, and I like it a lot. Wasn't able to get the freeze with that newly taught Ice Punch there. The Quick Ball didn't work either, so I think now we're just gonna have to try snaring it the old-fashioned way. Would be nice to get something in a Quick Ball, but I don't think that day is today. It's luckily in a cave, so a Dusk Ball will always be usable to its highest potential, no matter what time of day that you are trying to catch it at. And of course, we are trying to catch this thing, because the legendary Pokemon, and it would be a sin if we didn't at least do our best to catch it. Besides, I've said beforehand, I will get more attempts. We will be catching this thing before the day is done. Besides, it's obviously not okay for Cyrus to take temporary custody of Azelf to take a jewel from it, but if I want to permanently catch it just to stuff it in a PC box to have as some sort of vain collection of mine, that's totally okay, yeah! Life has been so unfair to Cyrus, I can tell. I actually feel kind of bad for him as an antagonist now that I say that out loud. No! I think I've mentioned this before, but I have played so much of 4th generation that I can tell if a ball is going to work or not before it actually happens. There's a slight pause in the animation right before the ball breaks open. I remember always freaking people out whenever I'd watch them play. I would tell them, that ball's gonna catch, no, that ball's not gonna catch, like before it would actually happen. And I guess it's not really that hard to notice if you know what to look for it, but just having played it so much and being able to casually tell the timing just from hearing the sound effect or something like that, yeah, it's a weird ability that I used to always freak people out with. Dust Noir, you are awesome having less than 100 HP and being a tank at the same time, because I can use my Moo Moo Milk on you and not feel bad about being inefficient. It's every turn that I heal, that is another turn that timer ball is getting stronger. Let's see, you got, oh no, that's bad. That is very bad. That future sight is going to hurt like the dickens now. I don't have anything that resists Psychic, do I? No, I do not, because Scythe is part fighting type. Like, I had to look at my Pokemon again to remember all of their types offhand. I'm just a little bit nervous here, okay? Let's see. Azelf, you know? I can tell that a legendary, being such as yourself that created willpower and gave it to humans, you have a good fashion sense. Well, you were born to wear this great ball. Seriously, he does kind of look like a great ball. At least his head kind of does. Yeah, I kind of think he should wear it. Just saying. I think it would actually look quite nice on him. But if you think otherwise, Azelf, it's okay. I will just as happily have you in an Ultra Ball. Let's do it. 1. Nope. Ooh, that's bad. If it uses Nasty Plot one more time, I am not going to be able to take just one of these hits. And I don't have Haze on my Crobat. That might have been kind of nice to have in this situation, but I don't. One, 2, 3. No. Didn't matter how loud I shouted at it, it didn't work. There's that final Nasty Plot, so it's got +6 special attack now. This is not good. As long as it doesn't use Future Sight, I should be alright to keep Dusknoir in. And I gotta say, Dusknoir, for your debut battle being, quite frankly, being used as cannon fodder for this unstoppable force of death, you do a good job of it. Being immune to both Uproar and Swift has been very valuable to me in this fight. Gonna do one more Dusk Ball, see if that works, and maybe not, I'll switch it up. 1, 2, 3. I was hopeful that whispering would actually do it for me that time, even though it wasn't so much whispering as it was just being less loud than I usually am. Yeah, you keep trying to buff your stats. That ain't gonna work. Azelf, I can tell that you are a deity of sophisticated tastes, and you want to stand out from the crowd, right? Well, I got a nest ball with your name on it that no one else would be caught dead wearing, so how about you try that? No? Okay. I guess reverse psychology wasn't my strong suit. Ow! For as much as I talked up Giratina as being an offensive force of destruction, Azelf has got it beat. Incidentally, Azelf, only when combined with Uxie and Mesprit, is able to match the power of either Dialga or Palkia, but not Giratina. Sure, those historians are about as accurate as those scientists back in 1998 in Kanto that said there were only 150 Pokemon. Okay, Azelf is pretty low on PP right now. I've had Dusknoir out for most of the fight, and its pressure has been causing it to use 2 PP every turn. I think it might be kind of a lost cause at this point. It's been a while, so I'm going to try one more Timer Ball. But I think at this point, I might just start chucking whatever I have at it. No, not even a shake from a Timer Ball. Like, seriously, not even, like, that's frustrating. It has easily been more than 20 turns at this point, and yet, this doesn't even shake at all. I've had better luck with just stuff that you're not even supposed to use, so I figure at this point, why not? It's probably almost out of moves as it is. It's only doing Nasty Plot every turn, probably because it's what has the most PP in its moveset. Speaking from memory, though, so I don't really know. Let's have a Great Ball. Once again, pretty good ball to catch it in, not the best, but it looks like it was born to wear it, so let's try it. Azelf is just being a jerk. Does not want to even give me a single waggle. Well, out of context. Even in context, that's kind of bad. Nope, no Great Ball today. Nothing. Still have PP? Yes, you do. Dusk Ball, why not? Can't tell you how many of these I've tried. Or, I definitely can. I've tried 13 exactly. Now 14. Timer Ball again, maybe? 1. You know, common logic would dictate that a Timer Ball would be useful at least some of the time after 20 turns. Just saying. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Didn't have it run into PP, didn't have it struggle itself to death. We did it. When a Zelf flew, people gained the determination to do things. It was the birth of willpower. So poetic. And Zelf, you have an awesome spray. You really do. And in it goes to the box. It's over. And that went on for quite a while. And that's not even the only thing that we did. We evolved Dusclops into Dusknoir. We got all kinds of new moves on our Pokemon that'll help us immensely in the fights coming up. And yeah, of course, well, we also cut a Zelf though, but I kind of explained those things in reverse, so there you go. I think we're all done here. Next time on Pokemon Platinum, we are gonna be heading to Snow Point City. I'm glad I'm ending the video right here because I just remembered once again, I don't have Fly. See you guys then.